Car inventory management. This video covers car inventory management processes, including the following processes: put goods received without reference, scrapping, block stock, unblock stock, one-step stock transfer, two-step stock transfer, stock overview, slow or non-moving materials, dead stock analysis, good movement analysis, and material document overview. So let's start with the first thing we have to do. So initialize material stock. In a real business case, the materials are usually purchased from external suppliers. This steps show you how to post initial stock directly to the storage location. So log on to the SAP Fiori Launchpad as an inventory manager. The SAP Fiori Launchpad display, open Manage Stock. So app, Manage Stock. The Manage Stock screen display, make the following entry and choose Enter your plant, the material. Your plant and then material. So I will use the plant KP01 and the material PG11. I click on Enter. Okay. Select the A icon beside the stock that you want to add initial stock for. Examples, storage location, like all the storage location. For example, the storage location 99999. I click on the icon beside the unrestricted use stock, like this. The Manage Stock dialog box opens. The storage location and stock type and current quantity display according to your entries in previous step. Make the following entries and choose post, document date, posting date, stock change initial entry, enter a number, for example, 100. So, and then post, okay? So initial entry, you have, okay. Then standard stock, okay. 100 basis, okay. Oh, and I click on post. The system displays material document created. The stock has been added. Okay. I go back. We continue. Right now, post goods receipt without reference. Purpose, this process step show you how to post good receipt without reference. So open post good receipt without reference. Post good receipt without reference. Okay. The post good receipt without reference screen display. Enter the following data and choose enter your material that we have used previously because we are in the case of a demonstration. So the one, okay. Enter the quantity you want to deliver. 15 bases. So in bases, enter the plant, APC. So you just have to put the cursor of a mouse and automatically you have a pop-up with the information to indicate what is the plant, what is the unit managed for this material. Okay. Enter the stock type from the drop-down list. Stock type, for example, unrestricted. So I select subcontracting and the stock type. Unrestricted quality inspection block. Again, good receipt without references. I would like to increase the quality inspection stock. Choose the line of the item you are editing. On the next screen, you will enter the supplier you want to use. So I go in the detail of the item like this, and you enter the supplier. So we can use the supplier 3, this one, and I click on apply. The item detail screen. So no, you come back on the previous screen. Then choose post. The system display a message, one material document posted. You can check the material document using the link provided in the message. Okay. For that, you just have to click on the material document and you access directly your material document detail. Okay. I go back in my home page. Then customer returns scrapping goods issued to COPA. So open post good movement. Open post good movement. It's exactly the same thing like the application Migo. The good movement screen display. In the upper area, enter the following and choose enter. First box, good issue. Second box, other, movement type 551, 551. So good issue, other, and then GI for good issue scrapping 551. So it's good. Entries are made. Then enter the following data and choose enter. Material slip, material slip. Material, your material. So either data, okay, individual slip, okay, material slip. For example, in this field, I enter material. So I show you this is this field. Specify the identifier of an external document. Here you can enter an external reference number, for example, the number of a material slip. This information is stored in the document header. So TGA 11, BMC 11. Okay, I enter the material, I click on enter. Okay. Enter then the following data on the quantity tab and choose enter the quantity. So select the tab quantity and the good issue, for example, for paces, 50 paces, okay? But I can use also, for example, the unit of measure bag, okay? Then where, enter the following data on the where tab and choose enter. Okay, we check that the good movement is still 551, your plan, your storage location, the reason for movement, and check item box. Okay, select. So my plant is good. I can change just the default storage location. For example, I would like to use the subcontracting storage location. Then I would like to pick this quantity in the quality inspection. Okay, what is the reason of the good movement? For example, shrink age. Okay, I click on enter. We continue and then enter the following data on the account assignment tab and choose enter. So I go back in account assignment and I enter a cost center. So cost center. Okay, and financial. Enter. So enter the following data and the account assignment type and choose enter. Cost center. Then to enter the assignment to a profitability segment on the account segment tab, choose profit segment. So need to click on profit segment. Okay. To ensure the consistency of the profit center derivation and posting, the cost center and the profitability segment should be assigned to the same profit center. On the assignment to a profitability segment screen, choose derivation and continue. Derivation. I have a look. I see the profit center. Continue. You see right now you have a mark about the profit segment. Means good issue to COPA, profitability analysis. The last step is to save. So I just check that the OK code is tick. Yes, that is the case. I can make a check to be sure that everything is okay, document is okay, and I click on post. Okay, material document posted. Right now, general stock scrapping, good issue to cost center. We use this time the application manage stock. So materials are consumed to the cost center as part of the production of MRO. Therefore, the good movement financial posting is done via the cost center. This process steps show you how to post good movement via cost center. Okay. So I go back on my home and I click on manage stock. This manage stock. Okay, the manage stock screen display. We enter the following entries, the plant and the material. The plant, then the material. Plant and my material. Okay, enter. Select the icon beside the stock you want to scrap. I want to scrap in stock. I click on the icon. Okay. A dialog box opens. The storage location, stock type, and quantity display according to your entries in the previous step. Make the following entry: stock change scrapping, your quantity, cost center, and the result code. For example, material damage. So let's start. It's time scrapping. We are in this. We don't have to change special stock. For example, we want to scrap 5 bases. And then the content posting that which cost center we used. So I'm looking for okay, for extrusion. The reason customer that stock material damage. And then entries are made, choose post. The system display material document created. The stock has been scrapped. Okay, we continue right now. Block material stock transfer unrestricted to block. Material must be blocked for further usage. This means that the stock will not be used for logistic purpose and it is excluded in the MFP calculation. For example, the material needs to be reworked. This process step shows you how to exclude the good stock from MFP calculation. So we go back on all, but it's not necessary. We can call from this application directly the application that you want to use. For example, transfer stock in plant. The transfer stock screen display. Enter the following data in the appropriate field, your material and your plant. Okay, we still use the same plant and the material. Okay, and then, so select the icon beside the unrestricted use stock that you want to transfer from. I want to transfer from production, this one, KP0 drop. I click on the icon. The icon change. Select the icon beside the blockhead stock that you want to transfer to in the same storage location. So I want to move to block stock. Okay. A dialog box opens. Storage location and stock type are selected according to your entries and the previous step. Enter the quantity that you want to transfer. For example, 1 pieces. Choose post. The system display a message material document created. The good stock status is switched from unrestricted use to block. Good stock is excluded from MFP calculation right now. Unblock material. Stock transfer block to unrestricted. Material must be unblocked for upcoming usage. This means that the stock could be used for any logistic purpose and it is included in MFP calculation again. The process steps show you how to include goods stock in MFP calculation. So we stay in transfer stock in plant, and this time we select the icon beside the blockhead stock that you want to transfer from. So block, for example, this one or this one, block. The icon chain. That means you are able to take the stock from hands-on, consignment, and so on. So I continue my explanation. So the icon change, select the box beside the unrestricted stock that you want to transfer to. The dialog box opens. Storage location and stock type are selected according to your entries in the previous step. Enter the quantity that you want to transfer. For example, again, 1 pieces are transferred from block stock linked to the special stock type order and ends from sales order and to the sales order. Okay? And I click on post. Okay. So it's simple. The system display message material document created. The good stock status switch from block to unrestricted. Good stock is included in the calculation. So we can do it the same thing for stock transfer blockhead to quality inspection is exactly the same things. Right now, they one-step stock transfer. One-step stock transfer. This process step shows you how to transfer stock from one storage location to another one. So we stay in the transfer stock in plant, okay? And this time, select the icon beside the unrestricted stock in storage location that you want to transfer from, okay? This one, I click on unrestricted icon. So again, the icon change. Select the icon beside the unrestricted stock in storage location that you want to transfer to. For example, the returns. For example, you enter the quantity. It's always the same things. The dialog box opens, storage location, and stock type are selected according to your entry in the previous step. You enter the quantity that you want to transfer, and then you choose cost. Okay, material document is created automatically. The stock is transferred from one storage location to another one in one step. Right now, two-step stock transfer. So you remove from the storage location. Process step show you how to transfer stock from unrestricted stock to stock transfer. We stay in the transfer stock in plant. We enter the material, we enter the plant. We select the icon beside the unrestricted stock in storage location that you want to transfer from. So this time I take from this one in the return. So we are in a two-step. The icon change. Select the icon of the column stock transfer, storage location, in storage location that you want to transfer to. Select the icon in storage location that you want to transfer to, but in the column stock transfer. So identify the storage location, okay, and stock transfer. This column. A dialog box opens, storage location and stock type are selected according to your entry in the previous step. Enter the quantity that you want to transfer. 10 paces. I remember 510. And I click on post. Okay. 500. 11. System display a message. Material document are created. The stock is transferred from unrestricted stock in to stock transfer. Right now, we are still hard in two-step stock transfer. Place to destination storage location. This process stage shows you how to transfer from the stock transfer storage location to unrestricted stock. Okay, we select the icon right of the current stock transfer storage location in storage location that you want to transfer from. Like this. And then the icon change. Select the icon beside the unrestricted stock in storage location that you want to transfer to storage location. So stay on the same line, and I put in central warehouse. Okay. The dialog box open, storage location, stock type selected according to your entries in the previous step. Watch time, enter the quantity that you want to transfer. Okay. 11 pages, for example. And I click on post. Automatically, a material document is created. And right now, the totality of the full stock transfer quantity is moved on to unrestricted stock inside my central warehouse. So right now, stock overview, single material. The process step show you how to display material stock in the storage location of a plant. For that, I'm going to use stock single material. Stock single material, this stock single material, perfect. Okay, T2 11. enter. So time, make the following entries, material, choose enter, the stock overview for the material show. So you display the information with the unit of measure, but you can change a unit of measure to display, for example, in bag. And you have the information about, you can sort by storage location. You can expand to have all the information about all the storage location, or you can restrict to display another view per plant. But if you want to have the detail about the storage location, when you have a highlight of the quantity, that means you have that is included orders on hand or special stock. Okay, that is the main differences with the application stock overview MMDA. So you each time, okay, I see that, okay, this information set it on your own stock, you have 0 pace, but when you are highlight, that means you have some paces in orders in hand. Okay, so I move on. So you have an overview. You see all the stock type: on, block, quality, restricted, return, stock in transit, TMT stocks, stock transfer, and so on. And you have also the stock history. Very interesting application. So material document overview. Right now, this process step show you how to find material document by using material document overview. So we call the application material document overview. This material document overview. So the material document overview display, search material document using different criteria. Choose adapter filters and all basic filter display. Enter the entries according your search and choose go, for example, stock change and materials. So I stock change, for example, stock increase or stock decrease. For example, I select stock increase and I just look, for example, to today, only for the plans and stock change level in storage location. And I click on go. For which storage location, I select, for example, all storage location, and I click on go. If I want to adapt a filter, I just have to click on, and I'm able to add, for example, see if I want to restrict my selection on batches. Click on OK, and I'm able to restrict my selection with some batches. The relevant material document item show. If you want to reverse grid movement, you can choose reverse on the top screen. Yes, I show you for that. If I go inside material document, if I want to reverse to cancel the initial movement type, I just have to click right in reverse. If I click on reverse, I just have to select the line and I click on OK. Slow or non-moving material. This process step show you how to offer a quick overview of material that have not seen any conception posting in a specific material. So for that, we use slow or non-moving material. Okay. So all basic filter display make the following entries. Day with low conception, for example, 90 days. Reference date, for example, today. Display currency, so for example, day with low conception. Today, okay. So is a value per default. The reference date today in currency, standard conception group, slow moving indicator, and only for the plant, and I click on go. The search results show the detail with the respective filter criteria. It lists the material stock and values per plant and storage location on a specific field reference date. It also states the last posting date and the last consumption date prior to the reference date, along with the number of days spaced between, say, last posting and reference date. Any posting made after the reference date are not considered in the app. Any material with zero stock per plant and storage location on the reference date are excluded from the list. So if I display the information, you have storage location, slow moving indicator with product type, product group, stock quantity, stock value company code currency, date of the last consumption, date of the last posting, day without concession, without number of days since last consumption posting, and day without the number of days since last posting. Okay, very interesting also to have this application. We have also dead stock analysis. This process steps show you how to offer a quick overview of material that have not seen any conception of posting in a specific number. Dead stock analysis. We have good movement analysis. But I think it's very interesting to, if you want to have further details, do not hesitate to put your comment to have further information about this scope item BMC. Thank you so much.